Story of the Eye by Georges Bataille is a provocative and controversial novella first published in 1928 under the pseudonym Lord Auch. Bataille's work is renowned for its exploration of the darker, primal aspects of human psyche and sexuality. This novella is no exception, offering a surreal and disturbing narrative that delves deep into themes of desire, transgression, and the boundaries of sexual behavior. Synopsis. The novella details the increasingly extreme sexual experiences of the narrator and his companion, Simone. Their explorations are deeply entwined with themes of voyeurism, sadism, and the symbolic power of the eye and eggs, which recur throughout the narrative as motifs. The plot is thin, more a sequence of shocking episodes than a traditional story, including the infamous scene involving the desecration of a priest and the eye of a dead priestess. The actions of the characters are not just about pleasure, but rather an exploration of limits and taboos. Themes and analysis. Story of the Eye serves as a meditation on excess and the interplay between death and desire. Bataille challenges conventional moral boundaries and examines the link between eroticism and violence. The imagery used in the novella is often surreal, blending dreamlike sequences with graphic, unsettling descriptions of sexual acts and violence. The symbolic use of eggs and eyes provides a recurrent motif that Bataille uses to delve into issues of seeing and being seen, the physical and the metaphysical. Style and impact. Bataille's writing style in Story of the Eye is concise and intense. The prose is rich with layered symbolism and designed to provoke shock and introspection. It's a seminal work in the genre of erotic literature, albeit one that pushes far beyond the norms into the realm of the grotesque and the taboo. Cultural reception. Upon its release, and over the decades, Story of the Eye has been the subject of much controversy, frequently censored and criticized for its explicit content and its challenging of social and sexual norms. However, it has also been celebrated for its literary merit and its fearless exploration of the limits of human experience and desire. Intellectual context and philosophical underpinnings. Story of the Eye by Georges Bataille is deeply embedded in the intellectual and philosophical currents of its time, particularly in relation to surrealism and existentialism. Bataille was associated with the surrealists, and his work reflects a shared interest in breaking down conventional reality to reveal the raw undercurrents of human psyche. However, Bataille's exploration goes further, delving into the abyss of human experience, exploring the themes of existential dread and the limits of human experience. Bataille's philosophy of excess and transgression is a crucial aspect of the novella. He believed that the deepest truths about human nature are revealed not through orderly behavior, but through acts of excess and breaking taboos. This philosophy aligns with his concept of the accursed share, an economic theory suggesting that excess energy or wealth must be expended in spectacular or destructive acts, which he extends metaphorically to the realm of sexual energy in Story of the Eye. Symbolism and metaphor. The recurring motifs of eggs and eyes in the novella are symbolic on multiple levels. Eggs represent potential life and, by extension, fertility and creation, but in the narrative, they are often associated with destruction and violation. Eyes, meanwhile, symbolize perception, consciousness, and sometimes vulnerability. Bataille's treatment of these symbols is intentionally disturbing, designed to evoke a visceral reaction and challenge the reader's comfort levels with themes of visibility and violation. The use of such potent symbols allows Bataille to explore complex themes like the interplay between seeing and being seen, voyeurism, and the violence inherent in acts of perception. This aligns with his broader philosophical inquiries into the nature of subjectivity and the limits of human understanding and morality. Literary style and influence. Bataille's prose is terse yet richly descriptive, packed with intense imagery that borders on the hallucinatory. This style is emblematic of his attempt to articulate experiences that lie at the edges of rational understanding and societal norms. His approach has influenced a wide range of later thinkers and writers who grapple with similar themes of boundaries, the body, and transgression, from philosophers like Michel Foucault to contemporary writers exploring the edges of human experience. Reception and legacy. Despite its controversial nature, or perhaps because of it, Story of the Eye has cemented its place as a landmark work in 20th century literature. It challenges readers to reconsider the boundaries between sanity and madness, between decency and obscenity. The novella has become a crucial reference point in studies of erotic literature, critical theory, and postmodern philosophy, lauded for its uncompromising vision and its profound impact on the discourse around sexuality and power. The reception of Story of the Eye has varied widely, from outright rejection and scandal to academic study and philosophical inquiry. Its ability to continually provoke discussion and debate attests to its enduring power as a work that confronts the most fundamental drives and fears of the human condition. Exploration of the human condition. Georges Bataille's Story of the Eye is a text that relentlessly explores the darker, more hidden aspects of human nature, challenging the reader to confront their own boundaries and preconceptions. The novella's explicit content and radical themes are not merely for shock value. They serve as a profound exploration of existential and moral dilemmas. Bataille uses sexuality as a prism through which to examine human existence, pushing the boundaries of what is socially acceptable to reveal the forces that shape our desires and fears. Impact on modern thought. The impact of Story of the Eye on contemporary thought and literature cannot be overstated. It is a foundational text for those interested in exploring the limits of language and the potential for literature to discuss the unspeakable. It has been influential in various academic fields, including psychoanalysis, feminist theory, and cultural studies, where Bataille's challenges to conventional narratives about sexuality and power continue to resonate. Why read Story of the Eye? Reading Story of the Eye is not just about engaging with its shocking content. It's about understanding a key piece of literary and philosophical history. For those interested in literature that pushes the limits, that questions deep-seated norms, and that explores the interconnection between pain, pleasure, and existence, this novella is essential. It's a challenging, unsettling, but ultimately enlightening experience that tests the boundaries of what literature can achieve. Conclusion. Story of the Eye by Georges Bataille is a bold and transgressive exploration of sexuality, power, and the human psyche. This novella is recommended for those who are not only fans of erotic literature, but also readers seeking to dive deep into psychological and philosophical discussions through radical narrative forms. It's a compact yet profound read that leaves a lasting impact on its audience.